Hello everybody, and greetings from Cleveland Power and Performance. I'm Tim, and I'm here to show you a vehicle that we just got fresh off the trailer. And this is a special one. This is one that a lot of customers asked for the driveline out of. It is a 2018 Camaro ZL1. People love these cars, people drive these cars, people buy these cars, people wreck these cars. And when they wreck these cars, occasionally we'll buy them and part them out. So let me flip the camera, let's take a look at this thing. This beautiful bright yellow 2018 ZL1 Camaro. Thing looks like it was hit in just the right spot, and that's in the back, meaning that the engine trans should not be damaged at all. Let's take a walk around the car. Let's take a look at what we have. All right, boom. Looks like it's got a good front clip on it. Well, actually, I don't know about that. It has most of a front clip on it. You got a wheel, you got a caliper there, you got some carbon fiber pieces, you have rear suspension there. That wheel's bad. You have a wing on this thing. And let's see if we could take a look inside and under the hood. And that's what it's all about, the supercharged LT4. It looks good, and it looks stock as far as I can tell. I'm not seeing anything that's alluding to the fact that it's not stock, but still in stock form, these things make a ton of power, and they're super sought after. And like I said, this one looks good because it didn't take any direct shot in the front. It looks untouched. Supercharged LT4. See if we can take a look inside the car. Got that hood, that's worth a bunch of money. All right, ooh, yeah. These are beautiful cars. It's an automatic, obviously. It has Recaro seats. Obviously, you got a deployed bag on this seat. That one's got some bolster wear, and yeah, deployed bags on the seats, but they're still Recaros. Somebody will fix them. Somebody will use them in a race car maybe, or like I said, fix them and put them in their Camaro. It's got the dash, deployed bag there, but it's going to be a good parts car for sure. So 2018 Camaro ZL1. All right, so we're going to get this thing on a lift. We're going to get it running, and stay tuned for the parts to come off of it and for this engine to drop out of it. LT4 engine, 10-speed automatic transmission, lots of good parts on it. This is going to be a great parts car, but we got to make sure it runs so we can have some fun and collect some funds. Coming at you from the Cleveland Power and Performance Dismantling Department, we have a 2018 Camaro ZL1. Well, we're going to part it out, and we're going to follow along as our dismantling team works rigorously to get all the parts out of it, off of it, and the engine and trans onto a turnkey pallet. Let's get the thing racked. Let's look at it underneath. Let's see what we're dealing with, and let's see what else we can find, and also how to make this interesting. So let's go. Let's get this thing up in the air. All right, live from underneath. This is the first look underneath this car, and we'll take a look at her. See if we see anything interesting here. See if we see any damage. Doesn't look like it really ran anything over. Look like the damage to the vehicle is to that quarter panel. There's some mud on there, and other than that, doesn't look like it ran anything over. Doesn't look like this one's gonna be too much of a challenge. It looks like it will come out fairly easily because there's not much front end damage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all this trim splash shield stuff out of the way so we can get a better look at the bottom of the engine and trans, but everything is looking good so far. Lots of usable parts on this. We have most of a front clip here with some damage to the bottom of the carbon fiber splitter. I think it's carbon fiber. It's something. Bumper's cracked right there. We have, I don't know, deck lid tail lights with the spoiler on the top. That's no good right there. And tons of parts inside the car, obviously. Like always, we're gonna get everything off the thing that we can. Brakes, wheels, marker lights, mirrors, door, all that good stuff. But obviously, we want that LT4 10-speed package dropped out because that's the bread and butter. So stick around as we get the swap dropped. We'll visually inspect it, and then we'll get it over to our engine department for further inspection, make sure everything's good to go before we begin setting up the turnkey pallet. Not 100% sure on the mileage on this one because the harness got pinched in the quarter panel, and the cluster's not lighting up. So unknown mileage at this time, but once we get that thing lit up, we're gonna let you know what it is. It's gonna take a little work. We'll probably have to do a little harness repair, maybe check some fuses. I don't know. That's what these guys do. We'll get the mileage lit up and we're gonna drain some fluid. But actually, as you can see, we're going to drain some fluid and see if there's fluid in it and what that fluid looks like. Let's check it out. I'm gonna pull the plug here. So ooh, okay, well, it looks like oil. So that's a good sign. All right, good. First check, checked out good. We'll continue working on this thing. We'll get it inspected and we'll get it running. I am coming back to you from inside of the Camaro. This thing has just a great interior. It's a cool car. Oh, look at that, we got power. So after a little bit of fiddling around with the wiring, we didn't really have to repair much to get the thing to light up. So we'll get the thing running and see the mileage. So I'm gonna hop out of here. Let's get back in here, and he's gonna run it, and we're gonna listen to the health. So we drain the oil, put fresh oil in it, change the filter, check the trans fluid, looked everything over visually, and it all looks good. Let's fire it up. Oh yeah, obviously she's running that, blowers are spinning, and everything sounds pretty good. When we saw this one come in, we took a look under the hood, and everything was pretty factory on it. Pretty quiet. I was expecting it to be a little bit louder, but it's got a full factory exhaust on it, but it is not making any noise up here, which is good, because you don't want to hear any clanking and clattering coming from under the engine compartment. So sounds pretty good. So we're able to run it in the car. We can do whatever run testing we need to in here, and then we'll do the rest of it when it's on the pallet. But the next step is to get the thing dropped out, get it over to our engine room for them to look everything over, make sure anything that needs to be replaced does get replaced. But yeah, well, one more thing before we go, I forgot to check on the mileage. The mileage on this thing is, look at that, 22,779 miles. Look at that beautiful accent lighting. 22,000 mile Camaro ZL1, ready to run, ready to have some fun. And it is even the color of the sun. So let's get this engine out and trans. And there is our LT4 engine trans dropped out of the car, getting a bath here on the steaming pad. So ran in the car, everything looked good, right?
Yes, it did.
Everything looked good, ran in the car. Now it's time to take a bath and go into the engine room. So obviously we use many cautions before bombarding these components with water, such as caps and plugs and other visual aids to help you know that water shouldn't go in there so that it doesn't get hurt. There's the LT1 hook. So next step for this is going to be washed, and it is going to come over here, and it is going to go into our engine room where the master technicians are going to inspect it, look everything over, and make sure she's 100% good to go before she's assembled on the turnkey pallet. Yes, all sorts of checks and inspections will be done to verify health and condition. And then I will come up here, I will head back to my desk, and I will wait until it's assembled on the turnkey pallet before coming back to this. So stay tuned if you want to see what happens next. And here's our LT4 getting set up on the turnkey pallet. We have a mess of harness there, but we'll get that cleaned up. Obviously, we have the cooling components on there due to this supercharged LT4 supercharger here on top of this engine. But this is the turnkey pallet in progress, coming together, dropped out of the car, set on some wood, and it's going to be good. Basically, the turnkey pallet just needs to be completely assembled, fully assembled, final assembled, button up, and it's going to go out front for pictures, videos, and purchasing. Oh, did you hear that? It makes 650 of the horsepower, and that is no exaggeration or exacerbation. It is a true statement here at Cleveland Power and Performance, so stay tuned to see 650 bald eagles flying out of those exhaust pipes and into your hot rod, hopefully, if you want to buy it. We're going to put it up for sale, so stick around. We are coming to you today with a turnkey pallet product that is just out of this world. A supercharged LT4 dropped out of a 2018 Camaro ZL1. And I'm talking about it's got that 10-speed, 10 forward gear having 10-speed automatic transmission. And you know it's making 650 of the horsepower. It's making 650 of the pound-feet of the torque. It's already wired up, so all you got to do is fire it up. The 10-speed automatic trans, that's just a wonderment of modern technology. It shifts so fast. If you're sick of going to the track, hanging gears, getting beat and getting embarrassed, what you're going to have to do, you gotta swap trans, brother. You ain't never won a race in your life. 650 horse torque. I'm on my ever loving making it to the crank, mother uncle, brother. And that's what you'll have here at Cleveland Power Performance. You know, as always, she is wired up to fire up. Hit the button and she's running. That is sweet music, folks. And if you want this to be yours, you give us a call here if you want to make it yours. If you got soft hands, pick up the phone. Give me a call at 866-236-5031, brother.